Good morning, everyone. The topic of our presentation is types of warehouses. Our group consists of 6 members. We are Lohit, Shaktivel, myself Vishnu, Harish, Rahul Rao, and Linkesh. The contents of our presentation are introduction of warehousing, definition of a warehouse, and the types of warehouses. So the first one, introduction to warehouse. When you're storing goods, you might think it's as simple as building or renting a warehouse. But the type of storage space you select can have an impact on your ability to fulfill orders on time, every time, and satisfy your customers' needs. That is why it's very crucial that you spend some time giving thought to the type of warehouse you need to support your business objectives. Definition of a warehouse. Warehousing is the act of storing goods that will be sold or distributed later. While a small home-based business might be warehousing products in a spare room such as garage or basement, larger businesses like Amazon or Flipkart typically own or rent a space in a building that is specifically designed for storage of their products. On to the main topic, types of warehouses. So there are mainly 7 types of warehouses. They are public warehouses, private warehouses, distribution center, climate controlled warehouse, automated warehouse, fulfillment center, and cooperative warehouse. We will look each one of them in detail. The first one is public warehouse. A public warehouse is a great option for companies with short-term warehousing needs. For example, if a manufacturer or a retailer runs out of space to store his goods, a very good option is a public warehouse, where you can rent some space to store your overflow of goods for a short period of time. This type of storage facility is great as it allows you to deal with overflow until you know you are ready for an additional warehouse. Next one is private warehouse. Private warehouses are typically owned by large retail corporations or companies that privately store goods, also known as proprietary warehousing. Such facilities demand an upfront capital investment to build and maintain them. A private warehouse may be built on-site near manufacturing or off-site. This option is great for big and established companies that have a lot of products and they need a lot of storage space for storing them. Third one is distribution center. Distribution warehouses are used to store and sell large quantities of goods. Typically, distribution center house goods from multiple manufacturers that in turn sell to retailers. Goods are usually housed for a short period of time, in some cases for just a few days. The distribution center is a key part of the supply chain, so it's important to set it up correctly. With a smoothly run supply chain, you will be able to better serve a high volume of customers and satisfy their needs. The remaining topics will be explained by my friend Harish. Thank you.
A very warm welcome to another present here. We, the team 1, are going to talk about types of warehouse. As Vishnu has done the first part, I am going to do with the second part of this PowerPoint presentation. So I am going to start with climate controlled warehouse. Climate controlled warehouses are most often used to store and ship perishable goods. Perishable goods are like in the sense you can take all grocery items and then tomatoes, potatoes, all those grocery items come under perishable goods. Since these goods do not have good lifespan, they must be controlled under climate. They must be looked upon on their climate and their atmosphere. So climate control warehouses take care of these perishable goods to expand their lifespan and then make their products to be good. And the next type of warehouse is automated warehouse. An automated warehouse is highly efficient, fast and agile. These are used to track software, not the software, these are used to track goods using software, and then they use modern equipments like forklifts, racking and pallets to move goods quickly. In this case, they do not have much labors as compared to other warehouses. So these automated warehouses are a bit costlier than other warehouses. And then the next is the fulfillment center. Fulfillment center is a third-party warehouse where warehousing, order processing, picking, packaging and shipping for e-commerce partners is handled. These are caused by e-commerce merchants today to outsource the storage and shipping of goods. This eliminates the need for growing e-commerce retailers to maintain their own warehouse. So the next type of warehouse is cooperative warehouse. The very name implies these warehouses are owned, managed and controlled by cooperative societies. These societies provide storage facilities and most economical rates to the members. These cooperative warehouses doesn't work on the profit motive. They indirectly help the public, so profit is not big problem to them. Then cross-dock warehouses. Cross-dock warehouses involves the transfer of goods from an inbound carrier to an outbound carrier with little to no storage time. The large deliveries are broken up into groups according to the destination, usually the retail stores, to be transported by a single truck. Without cross-docking, multiple trucks would need to deliver all the goods destined for one location. Next is hazardous material warehouses. These warehouses ensure high safety standards for storing and handling hazardous materials like gases, chemicals, toxics, crackers, acids, and so many things. So these types of warehouses are located away from densely populated areas as they can pose a risk to public safety, property, or environment. So I am concluding my presentation by saying a very thank you to all the students and teacher who gave their valuable time to see our presentation, and then hope you all understood this presentation, guys. Thank you everyone.